5 things. Aston Villa versus West Ham. Loss. Okay.
This is the North End. This is the North End.
Hey guys, JP California coming at you guys from a kind of gloomy Southern California, just like Aston Villa's season so far, underperforming, lack of tactics, everything wrapped up into one. Here's our 5 things we learned about Aston Villa today in their loss to West Ham. Number 1, Steven Gerrard is reverting back to his favorites. Coutinho picked again. He hasn't scored or assisted in about 15 matches. That stems about 4 months of the season. Again, Buendia is playing well, and he continually starts from the bench. McGinn, our captain, who Steven Gerrard had to publicly go and take the captaincy from Mings and give it to McGinn, has been underperforming this season, and not even a little bit. He looks a shell of his former self. Gets a ball on top of the 18 before halftime, and what does he do? He crosses it out of bounds. He's not wide of the 18. He's on top of the 18. He crosses it out of bounds. He also was one who slipped, gave them a fat 3v1 breakaway, and we had to hustle back to save McGinn from looking a fool. Steven Gerrard is doing the typical manager playbook here. He's under pressure, and he goes to the guys he trusts who are underperforming and letting him down. And yet again and again and again, he picks McGinn and Coutinho. He needs to right this ship and pick players on form. Dougie was the guy, and he picked him to start. And then he subbed him after playing very well this match and having a very high pass percentage rating of roughly around 87%. To me, this is showing a lot of errors on Steven Gerrard's behalf. Number 2, Konsa looked back to his old self. He looked good. There was 1 or 2 plays where he stepped in front, won the ball, and kept possession. He did not trip over himself or look uncomfortable going against some of these taller characters from West Ham. There's even a breakaway from Bowen where he gets side by side and makes a very clean tackle to get the ball to one of his teammates. I was very happy with Konsa, and on this show, I've been very critical of Konsa, but today he actually looked back to his best. Does this warrant a start next week? I don't know, maybe, but Chambers didn't do anything much wrong either, and he's looked very good for weeks now. So Konsa looking good, back almost to his old self. Number 3, Steven Gerrard has been talking about a tall center mid for 2 months now, and we still don't have it. The window closes in about 4 days, and it just doesn't necessarily even look like we are in the market for a center mid where it's been crying out. Maybe Steven Gerrard knows that if he ends up picking up a center mid, he has to sit McGinn or he has to sit Ramsey. But to me, Souček and Rice really did gobble up everything in the center of the park, whether it came to crosses, whether it was players on the ground. They can make up the ground that little guys like McGinn can't. Ramsey is quick, but Souček and Rice, 1 step of theirs is like 3 of Ramsey or McGinn. So for me, and for most Villa fans, it's been blatantly obvious that we need a tall center mid, somebody who's that box-to-box bruiser, the Souček, if you will, for Aston Villa. And it doesn't even look like it's happening. Gerrard is talking the talk, but he isn't walking the walk the whole time. And while this transfer window has been good, I'll say it has been good. And a lot of people say no, but that's because Carlos got injured. If Carlos wasn't injured, it'd still be a good window. But he's missing that elusive number 8, the ball carrier, the ball winner, the passer, the big bruiser. He's missing our Souček. Number 4, the Villa faithful are turning, and they are turning fast. If this was an away match that we lost like this, the away fans would have been peltering Steven Gerrard. But instead, at full time, after the cheers from the West Ham fans, boos rang out across Villa Park. Steven Gerrard is starting to walk on borrowed time. And now he is Arsenal and Man City. Things are going to get worse before they get better. When we picked up Steven Gerrard, our CEO said we needed to make gains. We needed to be in a better position than where we were this time last year. Well, it's a year on, and we're still in 16th place. So for me, Steven Gerrard is walking a very fine line. He could be the first manager fired in this season, significantly dampening his chances to ever manage the once great Liverpool, his love. But instead, he's struggling with little old Aston Villa. He needs to get things right. He's had time, which he begged for. He's had his own players he's brought in. And he still is struggling to get guys playing the way he wants. And it's showing that it seems like it's on the training ground that he cannot convert the team into winners. He can recruit well, but is he getting the training in that he wants? Only time will tell. And number 5, Villa struggle again against the low block. When it comes to teams and they sit back like Bournemouth and West Ham have, Villa struggle. They struggle a lot. We constantly get the ball into good wide positions, and instead of stretching defenses out to find gaps to play through, we just lump it in. We bring in Bailey, who a lot of fans really enjoy, and I, for the life of me, can't see why. He constantly cuts in and is either just shooting or crossing. When he gets around the 18-yard box, it looks like his brain is in hyper mode, and his feet can't do what his brain wants to do, and so he's constantly just doing one of two things, crossing or shooting. To me, bringing him on in the 90th minute or the 80th minute gives him too little time and really puts pressure on Bailey to perform that he's not natural to, let alone a position he's not natural to. So this breaking down the low block seems to be a huge struggling point for Villa. Before the season, many Villa fans thought we had the players to break that down, and it seems like all we really have is Buendia. What are we going to do? Steven Gerrard needs to fix this. So, let's recap those 5 things for you. 1, Steven Gerrard is reverting back to favorites. 2, Konza looking back to his old self, one of the only highlights of the game. 3, Villa still missing that dynamic, big, rough and tumble center mid. 4, Steven Gerrard, the clock is ticking fast. And 5, Villa struggle against the low block once again. I'm feeling pretty down, as I know most Villa fans are. Keep the faith. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, please. Give us comments. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me he needs to go now. Tell me something. But I hope you guys like the video. Like, subscribe, get after it. From everybody at the North End, thank you once again.
This is the North End.